morning, students. So, today we are about to start a very interesting topic and in fact very important topic in our aptitude, calendar. Now, today we are about to start a very interesting and in fact as far as our competitive exams is concerned, this topic is going to play a very crucial role, calendar. Students, first of all, before I just give details about this topic, So, before we start the topic, let me tell you one thing. So, there are some questions you just raised yesterday, probably that we need to discuss after this particular class. And first we continue with this calendar, and after that, and I just want to clarify what's the doubts you must be having. Yeah, students. So, good morning, everyone. Yeah. Yes, students. Right. So, good morning, students. Now, today we are about to start a very interesting and very important topic, calendar. What is the meaning of calendar? Why this topic plays so crucial role in competition? So, why, how it is actually related to us? Students, now we are in the month of September. So, within few weeks, few days, we are going to complete September, and we are going to, next month is going to be October. So, by the start of October, we must feel a little chill, the climate should be a little chill, October onwards, it should be chill, a little cool. By November, it should be even more cool, December, Jan, at the peak, it should be at the peak layer. So, when we see a month in Jan, when we read January 2nd or January 3rd in the calendar, we must feel that, oh, there is a lot of cool, it should be very chill. The climate should be very chill and very cool. That should be the situation by January 3rd, isn't it? I think you are about 18 years of old. Every time you see different dates, and by the time you feel, oh, this is the situation, isn't it? Obviously. By the start of May if it is May 13 or May 14, you must feel a lot of heat, it should be very hot. By May 14th or something, feel it should be very, very hot, isn't it? Don't you think so? Isn't it, my dear students? By January 3rd, it should be so cool, and by May 14, it should be very hot. It has to be something like this. But if you feel too hot, in January 3rd, what could be the reason? The calendar reads January 3rd, but it is too hot. The temperature is something around 40 degrees temperature, 40 degrees Celsius. Where the mistake lies? Is that nature is not following calendar? No. Calendar is not following nature. You understand my point, my dear students? And if it is May 14 and you feel too cool, if you feel that it is very cool, and if you feel that the temperature is far below, in the month of May, if you feel that it is very cool, the temperature even 20 degrees Celsius, what does it mean? What does it mean? Students, I just want to tell you one thing clearly. In the month of January, if you feel it is too hot, and in the month of May, if you feel it is too cool, what could be the reason? Is that nature is not following our calendar? Nature never follows our calendar. Instead, we should follow nature. What do you think? We, as a human being, we must follow calendar. I think you understand what is my point. So, calendar is the derivation of nature. By observing the nature, oh yes, rains are coming. After rains, yes, the climate is going to be cool. After this, and the climate is going to be hot, very hot. After that rains, after that cool, very cool. The situation is almost repeating every time. So, yes, this is something that everything is been controlled by somebody. The situation is something that everything is been controlled by somebody. Which I want to say that the entire system is working in the right direction, in the most, what I can tell you, in the most controlled system. It is working, and it is working in the very controlled system. Trying to understand the climate, after trying to understand the climate, after having a clear picture of how the climate changes, how the nature changes, how the seasons are coming, we have derived a very important concept of calendar. The concept of calendar is only to having an understanding of the nature. If it is January, it is very cool. If it is June, we can expect rains. Now, it is the time for the farmers to start their cultivation. What do you think? June, so there are rains, plenty of rains. So, it is the time for the farmers to start their cultivation, for which in the month of May only they get every preparation, because they know that in the next month it is going to rain. Do you understand what I mean? This is the evaluation of calendar. The significance of calendar is only to have a clear picture of the climate. Students, if I want to be very fair enough to you, as far as our systems are seen, so that the science, the fruits of the science now we are enjoying. We have flights, we have trains and everything, now we are enjoying the science. It is not something that one or two persons could able to achieve all this. It is not that it was all achieved in few days or few years. It was a terrible work done by millions of months and millions of years by most talented people. Calendar is one such evaluation, it is one such derivation by the humankind. Before that, there was a clock. I can tell you that civilization of human become even broader after we identified clock and calendar. Clock tells us when the sun rises, when sun sets, clock. Calendar gives us a clear picture of the seasons, when it is going to rain, when it is going to get the heat, and when the things are going to cool, something like that, and basing on that we used to prepare ourselves. If it is going to be rainy season, we used to prepare a house, something like that, and we used to prepare for cultivation. If it is going to be too hot, and we used to make the preparation accordingly. My dear student, the civilization of man exclusively depends on his ability to understand the nature, his ability to understand the climate. Therefore, calendar is one such evolution. I hope you understand. You got the point? So, my dear students, there were many calendars. You see that the civilization of mankind has started some thousands of years ago, isn't it? Somebody even says that some millions of course, human existence was there maybe some millions of years ago, but the civilization, the best known civilization was started some thousands of years ago. Then when and what time the situation was started? When Akbar started ruling India, when the Turks come to India, when Britishers invaded India. You understand what is my point? When Aryans came to India, isn't it? So, for everything we need to have some some category, some record, you know. So, to prepare the record, every civilization has to have their own calendar. You understand that? Every civilization, even our Hindu civilization, our Indian civilization used to have our own calendar. Our calendar is different. Chaitra Masam, Shravana Masam, you see that our calendar is totally different. As far as Muslims calendar is different and Buddhist calendar is different. Everybody used to have their own different calendars. when the world was scattered something like this, when there was no communication, when there is no transportation from one place to another place, it is fine if you have a calendar of your own. Indians have their own calendar. Telugu people used to have their own calendar. You say, as per our calendar, January 1st is not the year starting, our starting is Ugadi. Ugadi is supposed to be the starting. For Tamils, there is a different calendar. For Assamese, for Pakistanis, for Afghans, for Irans, for Iraq, everyone used to have their own calendar. It is fine, you can have your own calendar. But when the people moving from one place to another place, when Africans are moving to Europe, when Europeans are coming to India, Britishers came to India, you see that? When Asians are moving to some other continent, now the world becomes a global village. When the world becomes a global village, is it okay to have calendars of their own? Is it Americans used to have their own calendar? Is it Indians used to have their own calendar? So let Britishers have their own calendar, everybody used to have their own calendar. Is it okay for you? May not be okay. I believe that what I mean to say. I hope you understand what I really mean. So when the world becomes a global village, it is not advisable to have their own calendar. You know what happens, you start on Saturday, in India, because that is Saturday, you're not supposed to take non-vegetarian. You happen to be on the flight. He is serving you chicken, mutton, but you rejected. So says that no, it is Saturday. Having in mind that tomorrow I will have a lot of chicken because the next day is going to be Sunday. You had that opinion. On the day you did not take anything. And after one day, the next day you landed in America. Again, Americans say that this is also Saturday. Oh my God! Again, you don't have chicken. Again, you don't have mutton. Okay, you came back to India. After 2 days, you went back to Europe. After 2 days, again they say that it is Saturday. Oh my God! How many Saturdays? Indian Saturday, American Saturday, European Saturday, everybody says that it is Saturday. At the end of the day, you decided that I am not going to eat chicken for sure. Students, do you understand what I mean? When every civilization have their own calendar, it is difficult to have some uniformity about understanding the world. That is the reason why it is advisable to design a uniform calendar, because every civilization used to have their own calendar basing on solar system sometimes, basing on lunar system sometimes. Everybody used to have their own calendar. If everyone used to have their own calendar, it is difficult to understand the time. It is difficult to understand the different situations all over the world. Having this in mind, there is a Pope in Germany, Pope Gregory is a Christian Pope. Pope Gregory has developed a uniform calendar. He has studied many calendars. Roman calendar, Arabian calendar, Arabic calendar, Hindu calendar, he studied almost every calendar. And out of this, he designed a much better calendar. So the calendar now we are using the worldwide, the people who are using the worldwide is said to be Gregorian calendar. Gregorian calendar. Students, you understand what I mean? The calendar we are using, the entire world now using is said to be Gregorian calendar. For every civil purpose, for every routine purpose, we depend on Gregorian calendar. If you want to take reservation, you depend on Gregorian calendar. But of course, for your local festivals, you depend on your local calendar. Ugadi, different date, Sankranti, Deepavali, they all fell in different dates. So for religious purposes, for festival purposes, you can depend on your local calendars. But for civil purposes, the entire world now they are using a common calendar called Gregorian calendar, because it is designed by Pope Gregory in almost 16th century. My dear students, the calendar, the very concept of calendar was actually designed in 16th century. We are using right now, but it was actually designed in 16th century. And after that, it becomes so famous that almost every part of the world now we are depending on this calendar, and this calendar we call it as Gregorian calendar. Students, I hope you understand. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah, this is about the evolution of the calendar. Student, some of the very interesting points I want to give you, I just want to mention in as far as the calendar is concerned. The first popular calendar that is ever used by many of the people almost in different parts is Roman calendar. It was actually, it was most popular calendar at the time. And for your information, it was adopted by Julius Caesar. It was adopted by Julius Caesar. That was the most popular calendar until we come to know this Gregorian calendar. Roman calendar used to have 10 months. Roman calendar used to have 10 months. But it was almost apt. For many seasons it was accepted. For many generations it was accepted. Roman calendar was enforced for many generations, many centuries in fact. But in Roman calendar we used to have only 10 months. Pope Gregory, after having studied many calendars, he adopted that. Roman calendar is almost good enough. It could cater the needs of almost every seasons. He just made some changes and adopted Gregorian calendar. So for your information, the calendar which we are using now is nothing but a simple modification of Roman calendar. So Roman culture is seen mostly in our calendar. Students, did you see that? Did you see that? September. September means how many months? 7 months. September should have been 7th month, you know, but for us it is 9th month. What man? Septi means 7. It should have been 7th month. But in Gregorian calendar, it is 9th month. Octus, October, it should have been Octus, 8th month. But in Gregorian calendar, it is the 10th month. Have you ever observed that? Have you ever observed? Deci means 10. December should have been the 10th month, but in our calendar it is 12th month. Interesting, you know. So the reason is the Gregorian calendar is almost like a little makeover of Roman calendar. So these mistakes are not actually being corrected. So still we are going on. So my dear students, as far as our Gregorian calendar is concerned, I tell you that it is nothing but a simple modification of Roman calendar. It was done so. So now the Gregorian calendar we are calling is very popular almost in every part of the world and everyone is using. And if you see the names of the months, July, you see the names of the months July, it was named after Julius Caesar. You see August, King August, Augustine. So most of the names of the months in our Gregorian calendar are taken from Roman or Greek culture. Mostly Greeks. Roman culture was dominated at the time. So my dear students, the Gregorian calendar is nothing but a little bit of modified Roman calendar. What calendar now we are using? First of all, let me tell you, in the very concept of calendar, what is the meaning of a day and what is the meaning of an year? What is a day? How we define day? Day is the time taken by earth for self-revolution. So, for one revolution, so for one single revolution of earth, for its self-revolution, we call it as a day, and of course, day is so 24 hours is the time taken by earth for self-revolution. Then what is a day? What is an year? An year is the time, an year is a time given and taken by the earth for revolving around the sun. It is the time taken by the earth for revolution, that is for one complete revolution around the sun. So, for one particular revolution around sun, it usually takes around 365 days, 5 hours, 58 minutes, 59 seconds. It is something like an approximation. Still there are some controversies, it can be 16 seconds or whatsoever. So, one year is supposed to be 365 days, 5 hours, come on student, 58 minutes, 59 seconds, which mean to say that every new year we need to celebrate after completion of 365 days, 5 hours, 58 minutes, 59 seconds. But are we celebrating something like that? Are we celebrating something like that? No. You look at the watch, December 31st. What do? You just look at the watch seriously. At the time of 12, you start cheer up. You do every nonsense in the time because everything is allowed. We don't usually take year something like this, but exact year should be 365 days, 5 hours, 58 minutes, 59 seconds. But my dear students, it is practically very difficult to design a calendar if you start thinking like that. Therefore, what we do is, we usually put this time aside and simply say that an year is nothing but 365 days. In the calculation, what actually we miss is, we are missing close to 6 hours. We are putting aside, we are forgetting that. We are forgetting, but not the nature. Nature will have its own revolutions. Nature will continue. It will take 365 days, 5 hours, 58 minutes, 59 seconds for one revolution. Students, this is the basic structure of calendar. Calendar, we actually depend on year. Year means this is in year. So, while calculating year, obviously we put 6 hours almost aside. Okay students, this is all done. Now, another thing I just want to let you know. Right. As I told you that every civilization used to have their own calendar. Hindu civilization, Hindu calendar. Chinese civilization, they used to have a Chinese calendar. But as I told you that we understand the need of having a uniform calendar. Therefore, we have designed Gregorian calendar. Very fine, very fine. Yes, we have done. Now the question comes, when we should start the calendar? When we should start the calendar? There must be some starting point, no? If you ask Hindus, what we say? We say this is Kali Yugam, previous one Treta Yugam, Dwapar Yugam, something like we say. And if you ask Chinese, they say something different. If you ask Europeans, they say something different. But there must be some starting point, there must be some universally accepted point. There should be some universally accepted point, isn't it? Because when the calendar is meant to used by millions of people across the globe, there must be some starting point. Yeah. So, Gregorian took the starting point of calendar January 1st, a very first year. So, from then the Gregorian calendar start taking. Remember, my dear students, January 1st, 2001 AD. AD means Anno Domini. Anno Domini. AD means Anno Domini. So, from where our new calendar starts. Anno Domini means Anna Christu Shakamo, means that is the starting of Jesus Christ. So, basing on accepting Jesus Christ as a God, we start taking January 1st, 2001, that is the new form of calendar. So, for your students, we believe that this is going to be the very first year of modern calendar. January 1st, 0001 AD, Anno Domini, Christu Shakamo. But there are always people who just want to quarrel. People feel that, no, we don't believe God, we don't believe any religion. Why you are basing on religion, somebody call it as. So, what they do, Anno Domini, they usually call it as common era. Somebody call it as common era. It should have been 2001 001, but they call it as common era. As far as calendar is concerned, the modern calendar now we are using is on the basis of Jesus Christ. Christu Shakamo, which means we are in the domain of Jesus, and before Christ, Christu Purvamo. Anno Domini, that is in the era of God, Jesus, and before Christ, that is BC. You understand that? So, this year, this is 2020, come on student, September 25, today it is, isn't it? This is 2020 AD. So, if we want to be very clear, it should be 2020 AD. But somebody even consider this 2020 CE, common era. You call Anno Domini, and the people who do not believe in God, they don't want something to be named after any religion, they can call it as CE, common era. But we don't see this CE quite frequent. We depend on AD. Come on, student. So, calendar, the very basics of calendar, the very starting of the calendar is basing on Jesus Christ, accepting Jesus Christ as God. Therefore, we can understand that January 1st, very first year of January 1st happens to be on Monday. January 1st of very first year happens to be on Monday. How many days do we have in January 1st? We have 365 days in January, in In the very first year, 1. Very first year of AD, we have 365 days. Come on, next year starts 002. Next year starts 003. Again 002, you have taken 365 days. Again in 003, you have taken 365 days. Students, actually, is it that every year is having 365 days? No, an year is the time taken by Earth for one complete revolution around Sun. But Earth, it takes its own time, 365 days, approximately 6 hours. So, how many hours we are putting aside? We are not considering 6 hours fraction, we are considering only 365 days. First year you did the same, second year you did the same, you missed 6 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours, and hence those all 6 hours we take here and we take 366 days in 4th year. I hope you understand, my dear students. The significance of leap year is this. What do you understand? The significance of leap year is this. As we neglect 6 years in every year, so for 4 years, how much it comes? 6 into 4, 24 hours, and that 24 hours will make 1 day. Therefore, in every every year we miss 6 hours, every leap year we have 366 days. The addition of 1 day, it is because, come on student, 6, 6, 6, 6. So, every leap year we have 366 days. That leap year we used to add in month of February, isn't it? This is the very significance, and this is a very important evolution of calendar. Okay, students, now please write some notes, write some important notes, and after that we move on to the topic number 1. An year which is exactly divisible by 4 is a leap year. You understand that? So, for my dear students, 2020, this is a very bad year, but this is a leap year because this year is divisible by 4. You understand that? So, by the way, you can understand that every year which is divisible by 4 is a leap year, isn't it? But centuries are not leap years. Centuries are not leap years. Centuries are not leap years. Example 100, 200, 300, 500, etc. You can ask me, sir, you said an year which is exactly divisible by 4 is a leap year. So, 100 is also divisible by 4, but it is not leap year. You want me to explain that? Wait, I explain to you. You please write the note, I will come back to that. Note number 3. But every 4th century is a leap year. But every 4th century is a leap year. Example, 400, 800, 1200, 1600, 2000, etc. I just want to explain you. I want to explain you, my dear students. Let me explain this very concept. Students, are we going in the right direction? Yes, students. Yeah. So, we are going in the right direction. There is no confusion so far. Now, you can ask me, sir, why this comes? The question is, you only said that every 4th year is a leap year. Yeah, I just want to let you know that. Students, the very first year of calendar must be ordinary year. Second year is also ordinary year. Third year is also ordinary year. And obviously, 4th year should be leap year. Again 5, 6, 7, 8, something like is a leap year. Students, are we really putting 6 hours aside? What is the actual time for the earth for complete revolution? 365 days, 5 hours, 58 minutes, 59 seconds. This entire fraction we consider 6 hours. But actually that is not 6 hours. This mistake we are covering for every century. This mistake we are covering in every century. You understand that? You can ask me, sir, why we are being so careful about this? Yes, students, we need to be very careful because the calendar now we are actually developing, now we are already using, and in fact we are still in the practice, should be useful for hundreds of the years to come. It is not that we will be using calendar every time, every new calendar. No, the same calendar we will be using. So, which means to say that there should be no error. If it is January, it should be chill. If it is May, it should be too hot. If it is June, there must be rains. So, we have to understand the nature, accordingly we have to design our calendar. You understand it? Therefore, one should be very careful in understanding calendar. Come on, student. So, what I told you, every year which is divisible by 4 is a leap year, but centuries are not leap year, but 4th centuries are leap year. Student, now please take some test. I just want to give you one example. Which of the following is or leap years? Okay, student, let me give you some examples and you please answer my questions. Ready? Number 1, 1448. Number 2, 1500. Number 3, 1600. Number 4, 1231. Number 5, 2019. Number 6, 2020. You tell me, students, which of the following is leap year and which is not leap year? Now start. You have to tell me out of the given numbers which are leap years, which are not leap years. Come on, what you are waiting? Start. Come on, student, I am waiting. Yeah, okay. Come on, go ahead. Very good. Yes. Go ahead. Yeah, very good, student. Very good. So, your response is very encouraging and I understand that you are following this topic very good. Come on student, because the 48 is divisible by 4, that is leap year. Every 4th century is a leap year. Yes students, 2020 divisible by 4 is leap year. You see that, because it is divisible by 4, divisible by 4. Every 4th century is leap year. So, out of the questions I gave you, 3 years happen to be leap years. Well done students, well done, very well done, very well done. You understand what is the meaning of a leap year and you are able to identify leap years as well. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And let me clarify why the remaining are not leap years. Why the remaining are not leap years? Just listen to me, just listen to me. 1231 is not divisible by 4, is not leap year. 2019 is not leap year because it is not divisible by 4. Centuries are not leap years. 1500, even though it is divisible by 4, but not leap year. You understand, my dear students? Now you understand what is the evolution of calendar. Students, please listen to me. So, with this we come to an end of the very evolution of calendar. Students, just I want to let you know that this year we call 2020 AD, and some people also call this 2020 CE, Common Era. It should have been Anno Domini, Christus Shakamo. The people who do not believe in religion, they can call it as CE. Okay? And before, for example, if I call you 32 BC, before Christ, somebody may call it as 32 before Common Era. Right? Want me to explain this? Please note this. AD is Anno Domini, Christus Shakamo, Anno Domini. BC means before Christ. Isn't it? It should have been the calendar basing on religious belief. But if you think, why should I believe religion? Okay, then you can take it as Common Era. Common Era. This you can call it as before Common Era. So, this is about evolution of calendar, my dear students. So, you understand what is the calendar, and I just want to repeat once again, the calendar now we are using is almost is nothing but voice alone, right? Board clarity on the right. Yes students, now we can go ahead. So, we understand what is calendar and all that. Now, we discuss the questions one by one. Ready? Model number 1. Come on student, now we are about to discuss model number 1. What is this? What is this model? How we discuss this particular question? Come on student. First of all, I just want to let you know that. Student, today, just let me tell you that today, 2020, September 25th. September 25th is actually Friday, okay? Today is Friday. Come on, tell me, when we get Friday again, after how many days? Obviously after 7 days. If it is Friday, obviously we need to get Friday on September 32nd, but of course 32nd is not there, isn't it? So, this particular model we will be covering the days after, okay? Now, please start model number 1. Model number 1. Come on student, model number 1. We are actually starting model number 1. There is no much complication in this. I start the question straight away. Here is the question. Question number 1. If January 7th, 1921 is on Sunday. My question to you. Then January 28, 1921 falls on what day? Okay, student. Now here is question number 2. If February 14, 1628 falls on Monday, then my question, March 14, 1628 falls on what day? This is my question. Let me explain some questions. You please get the information from my side, and you can, after that you can have your own practice. Students, for any topic, if you want to get the perfection, basics are all important. Once you are so strong at the basics, we can go ahead and we can discuss any of the questions, right? So from January 7th of 1921, if it is given Sunday, then January 28th, 1921, what day? So we need to count the number of days between January 7 to January 28. How to count? How we count? Very simple. 28 minus 7, we have 21 days. From the given to till, we have about 21 days. You see that? 21 days. 21 by 7, which means 3 weeks we repeat. 3 weeks repeat in the sense, you see, January 7th is Sunday, January 14 is Sunday, January 14, 21 is Sunday, 28 is also Sunday, which means how many weeks it repeats? 3 weeks. Again, the day is going to be Sunday. What do you think? Again 3 weeks, same Sundays, 3 Sundays we get, and the last Sunday in the given period is January 28. What math? Isn't it? Come on, student. If February 14, 1628 happens to be on Monday, then March 14, how do we calculate the number of days? Here it is. February 14, 1628 is the leap year. So in that year, February must be having 29 days. February must be having 29 days. 14. How many days are remaining in February? 15 days. How we get it? In the month of February, there must be 29 days. Why? Because this is leap year. 1628 is a leap year. We must be having 29 days. 29 minus 14, we have 15 days left in the month of February and March 14. Yeah. How many days we have? 29 days. 29 means 7, 7, 7, 7. How many sevens we get? 4 sevens. Any reminder? 1 is the reminder. Is it the same Monday? No. We get 4 Mondays in that particular period, and the next day is 1. Hence, your answer is Tuesday. You please note down, my dear students. I think that you are not confident right now. I can understand that. At the moment, I can only tell you that you are not definitely confident of handling this question. Let me explain this question. Again. No problem, student. Some of you are asking me to explain this question. Yes, student, I will be doing that. Yes, students, I will be doing that. Now, please look at that. Here we go. Just look at that. Students, first of all, let me tell you that. Today it is September 21st. It is September 25. This is Friday, you know. You understand, this is Friday. Can you tell me what is after 7 days? Again we get Friday, after 7 days again we get Friday. What do you think? So how many any number of days, okay, after 7 days it is going to be Fridays. You tell me student, what day we will be getting after 14 days? After 14 days again we will be getting Friday, isn't it? Because every 7 days we will be getting Friday only. To get any other day, right, you tell me, what day is going to be after 22 days? Then you must do something like this, 22 by 7, 3 Fridays plus 1, hence your answer is Saturday. What, man? Okay, let me explain you by giving some example. This time you get more clarity. Question number 3. Just listen. If today is Friday, then what day will it be? Will it be after 35 days? Come on student, one more question. Question number 4. Maybe this time you get more clear. If today is Friday, then what day will it be? What day will it be after 44 days? Then how do you answer? Student, do you understand what I mean? Today is Friday. Then what day will it be after 35 days? 7. You get same Friday. How we get it? Simply, you divide 35 by 7. How many times it get cancelled? 5 times. Any reminder? No reminder. Which means, again your answer is going to be Friday. You understand? 5 days we will be getting. Our answer depends on reminder. We did not get any reminder, so we get it same. Now, question number 4. What day will it be after 44 days? How we do it? 44 we divide by 7. How many times it get cancelled? 6. That is not important, my dear students. 42. Any reminder is there? Yeah, 2. Remember, this is called odd days. Your answer obviously depends on this reminder, 2 days. So tell me, Friday. 2 days means Saturday, Sunday. 2 days means Saturday, Sunday. Friday is already given, no? After 2 days after. 2 days means Saturday, Sunday. What, man? I think you are very eager to answer some questions, isn't it? Are you ready? Come on. You please answer these questions, my dear students. Let me explain you. Now this is your turn. If today is, please start student. If today is Sunday, then what it is? What it will be after 141 days? Question number 6. If today is Sunday, then what will be? What it will be after 352 days? Okay. Question number 7. If today is Sunday, if today is Sunday, then what it will be after 1403 days. Come on student, now it is your turn. This is something you need to answer. Start. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Oh, somebody asking me, sir, why you are dividing by 7? Why you are dividing by 7? So, every week, a week is consisting of 7 days, as I told you. If it is after 7 days, you get again Sunday. You understand this. So, because calendar is basing on a 7-day period, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, therefore, that is the reason. Tell me students, what is after 141 days? You divide 141 by 7. How many times it cancels? 1 time. What is odd man? 1. Therefore, Sunday after 1 day, it is going to be Monday. So, question number 5, your answer is Monday. Question number 5, your answer is Monday. Okay student, do you understand that? You understand that? And then come to this one, 352, what you have to do? 352 by 7, how many times it cancel? 50 times. What is the remainder? 2 is the remainder. 2 is the remainder. Your answer depends only on remainder. So, from Sunday you have to move 2 days ahead, Monday, Tuesday. Therefore, question number 6, your answer must be Tuesday. Okay? Right. Now, next one, 1403. So, what you have to do is 1403 should be divided by 7. How many times it get cancelled? 1400, 200 times. Any remainder is there? 3 is the remainder. Your answer depends on remainder, which means 200 Sundays you get. After 200 Sundays, 3. So, from Sunday go ahead for 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Therefore, your answer is Wednesday. Student, please focus. I want to share some points with you. In question number 5, your answer depends on the remainder. How many times it cancel? It doesn't make any difference. You see, we put the answer basing on remainder. We put the answer basing on odd days. Here we put the answer basing on 3. Remember, this is called odd days. These are called odd days. Therefore, your answer depends exclusively on odd days. How many times it cancel? It doesn't make any difference. Your answer is exclusively basing on odd days. You understand, my dear students? Yeah. I could see that many of you put the correct answer. Almost everybody is responding very well. Now, I think I can go ahead. Without any confusion. Now, this is the time that I can move ahead to the next question. We are still in model number 1. Model number 1. Come on student. Question number 5, 6, 7 now. 5. You know, this is question number 8. Come on student. If September 25, this is September 25 now. This is September 25, 2020 happens to be on Friday, then my question to you, October 16, 2020, what day? Come on student, please answer this question. Don't look at the calendar in your laptop, man. Don't look at the calendar in your laptop. Just work it out. Tell me what is your answer for this question. How do you answer this question, my dear students? Yeah. Very good response. I congratulate you. Yes, you are doing very good. Your response is good. Some of you just want me to tell something to me because I don't find time, my dear students. I do one thing, I take the messages to my home and I will just work it out what you are actually writing. I do that. But I don't find time to read all your messages. Please understand that. Come on, student. So, what is our task? We need to find the number of days between the given and here. September 25. How many days we left in the month of September, because this is already 25. How many days? 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We left with 5 days. 5 days are left in the month of September 25. 30 minus 25, 5 days. October 16 up to October 16, therefore 21 days. So, in the entire gaps from September 25th to October 16, we have around 21 days. Therefore, what we do? We divide 21 by 7, which means we get 3 repeated weeks, and therefore, there is no gap. There are no odd man, which means to say that your answer is once again going to be Friday. Your answer is going to be Friday. What, man? So, we have a gap of 21 days, which means we repeatedly get 3 Fridays. October 2nd, October 9, October 16. Now, students, now we are so confident that even if we do not have any calendar facility, still we can answer this question. You understand that? Now, I think you are very comfortable in handling this question. Now, I think we can go ahead. We can go ahead. So, now please come on, student. Now, we are moving to model number 2. Now, we are moving to model number 2. Here we go, model number 2. Question number 1. Please look at that. If September 25, 2020 is fall on Friday. Now, my question, then September 25, 2021 falls on what day? Which I mean to say that next year the same day, next year the same day. My question to you, next year the same day falls on what day? Come on, student. Now, yes, look at that. Excellent. I appreciate you are responding very well, my dear students. I appreciate that. You are doing extremely good job. So, September 25th, 2020 to 2021, this is exactly 1 year. What do you think? This is exactly 1 year. 1 year means 365 days. 365 or 366? 365 only. 2020, even though it is leap year, but it is not counted. February comes in 2021. 365 days, 365 by 7. How many times it get cancelled? 50. Come on, student. 53 times. What do you think? Huh? Yeah. 52 times. 52 times plus 1. There is 1 leap year, 1 odd day. Students, your answer exclusively depends on odd days. Here we have 1 odd day. Therefore, after Friday, your answer is going to be Saturday. I think you understand. Next year, the same day is going to be Tuesday. I can conclude that every 1 year will be having 365 days, is exactly 365 days. Therefore, if this is Friday, next week it is going to be Saturday, the same day. What do you think? Come on, student. Now, I just want to give you some questions. You please try to answer. Question number 2. Here we go. If if January 14, if January 14, come on student, January 14, 2001 is Sunday, right? Now my question, then January 14, 2002, what day? Question number 3, if January 14, 2001 falls on Sunday, come on student, then my question to you, January 14, 2003 falls on what day? Please come on student, I expect you to answer these 2 questions. Come on, what you are waiting, make it fast. Yes student, go ahead, we are in model number 2. I am waiting for your answer. What? Okay. Okay, fine. Very good. Yeah, I did see that. Very good, my dear students. In question number 1, in question number 2, 2001 to 2002, January 14, no leap year, exact 1 year, 365 days, exact 1 year, 365 days. By 7, how many times it get cancelled? 52, 1 odd day. Therefore, if it is Sunday, therefore your answer is going to be Monday. What man? Are we comfortable? Okay, therefore every 1 year will have 1 odd day, isn't it? Come on. 2001 to 2003, how many years? 2 years. 2 years means 2 odd days. Why should I do all this nonsense, man? Why should I do all this nonsense? Because my answer is basing on the odd days only, no? So let me fix with odd days. Why should I bother about the remaining things? How many odd days? 2 odd days. This is Sunday. Therefore, your answer is Tuesday. What man? Are we clear? Should I move on to the next question? Let me check. I think yes, we are going fine. I believe that you people are comfortable. I strongly believe that. Yes. Yes, students. Very good. So I could find answers from your side. Very good. Well. Maybe still there may be some confusions from your side. Yes, I just need to clarify those. And after discussing these 2 questions, and we go ahead. Okay. Now just listen. Question number 4. Come on student. If September 25th, 2020, we better forget this year as quick as possible, falls on Friday. Come on student, now you need to answer this question. Then September 25th, 2023 falls on what day? Quick. Yeah. Yes, come on student. Second, I did not get you. Right. Yes, you are right. So tell me students, how many years do we have? What is the gap year? The gap is 2020, 23. 3 years. 3 years means 3 odd days. 3 years means 3 odd days, because every 1 year there is 1 odd day. 2020, even though it is leap year, but we have started from September 21st. So February we didn't touch, doesn't make any difference. 3 odd days. So from Friday, 3 odd days. Come on. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Which means exactly the same day after 3 years, it is going to be Monday. I hope I am very clear to you. Students, I think we can go ahead, and I believe that now this is the time that we better move on to the next question, and in fact it is even comfortable now this time. Student, if I ask you to find, please look at that, if January 2nd, come on student, if January 2nd, 1984 fall on Monday, and if I ask you to find, then January 2nd, 1994 what day? If I give you something like this, how many years do we have? 84, 94, how many years? 10 years. In between, how many leap years do we get? Every 1 year, 1 odd day. How many leap years in the gap? 84 is a leap year, 88 is a leap year, 92 are also leap year, 92 is also leap year. 84 to 94, 10 years. Every 1 year, 1 odd day, 365, 1 odd day, that is only important for us. Apart from that, we have to consider another 3 leap years. Therefore, we have a gap of 13 days. 13 by 7, how many times? 1. What are odd days? 6 days. So, your answer basing on odd days. Monday, starting from Monday, 6 odd days. Start. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I hope that you are able to get it. But maybe you are not so confident in the very first day. The clear picture you will be getting tomorrow. Today we understand what is calendar, but I think it is the time that we better get some clarity tomorrow. Students, now I just want to suspend this class of calendar right now, and I want to clarify your doubts in sequence and ranking. Some questions are still, I think you are having some doubts. Let us clarify those. Babji, sequence ranking better, sir. Slide. Okay, 5 minutes, sir. 5 minutes lo aapeta. Sequence ranking. లైట్ వేస్తే మళ్ళీ వెళ్ళిపోతారు వాళ్ళు. త్రిబుల్ టీ పైది త్రిబుల్ టీ అని ఉంటుంది. ఎస్ అదే. ఫార్వర్డ్ చేయాలి. ఓకే. Yes, student. So, yes, there are some questions ranking. In some ranking questions, I think that we left with very few models. I think this is the time we will be completing, and after that we can go ahead. So, this one already we discussed. I find you are comfortable with this. There are 3 persons. You understand the minimum number, you understand how to take this. 37. Right. Yes, student, I think we have completed all the questions now. Yeah. Please look at that. In question number 40. Look at this question, my dear students. Question number 40. Very few questions we have to discuss and we will be completing that. In a row, this is the right end of the row. This is left end of the row. Okay. Now, please look at that. Visu rank is 8th from the right. Visu's rank is 8th from the right. Visu's rank is 8th from the right. This is the right. And Pavan's rank is 12th from the left. Pavan's rank is 12th from the left. Come on student, here we go. Pavan's rank is 12th from the left. Right? Now you tell me what is the question you are asked to find. When Visu and Pavan interchange their positions, Pavan becomes 21st from the left. Pavan becomes 21st from the left. Tell me how many positions Pavan improves? 9 positions. How can you say he was 12th initially? He become 21st. 12 to 21st, how many ranks Pavan improves? He improves 9. Obviously, Visu also improves the same 9 ranks. Therefore, as like, because they are exchanging their positions, the ranks Pavan improves is similar to the ranks Visu also improves. He also improves 9 ranks. 8 plus 9, he will be 17. What man? Yeah, this one only we left with. I just want to explain that question. Yesterday we just left that question only. Tell me students, any confusions from your side? Anything you have to explain? I believe that we did well. There is no confusion from your side. Let me check any questions you are asking me. Students, are we clear, man? Yeah. Yes, I think no confusions, nothing. Everything you are mentioning is fine. What, man? Yeah, students. So far, I think with this we come to an end of our session. And if any question is remaining, we will be discussing in the test papers. Because today also you took the, yesterday also you took the test, today also you are taking the test on sequence and ranking only. So in the process of explanation, we will be getting everything clear. Okay, student? Now we take a break for 5 minutes, man, and when we come back, we discuss yesterday's paper. Maybe that paper will give you complete confidence in this topic, right? We take a break for 5 minutes. Take some time. Have some water. Okay, student. So this is about yesterday's paper, and I believe that many of you did this paper without any much difficulty. I strongly believe that. Explanation. Yeah. I strongly believe that this paper is relatively so easy. So I don't want to waste your time on the easy questions, and we can straight away go to the next one. If 1 is subtracted from each odd digit and 1 is added to each even digit in the number, which of the following will be the difference between the third digit from the left and the third digit from the right of the new number thus formed? Student, have you seen this? So how easy and how silly it is? How silly and how easily we can handle this question. Here we go. 5, 2, 4, 9, 8, 3, 6. If 1 is subtracted from each odd digit, if 1 is subtracted from each odd digit, if 1 is subtracted from each odd digit, this becomes 4, this becomes 8, this becomes 2. What do you think? And 1 is added to each even digit, 1 is added to each even digit, this becomes 3, this becomes 5, 9 and 7. Here we go. Now, what is the difference between third digit from the left, third digit from the left and third digit from the right? Therefore, you are asked to find the difference between 9 and 5, that is 4. Actually, yesterday's paper, as I felt that it is very convenient You need not feel any difficulty in answering this paper. Yes, students, questions? Explain first question. This is only first question, no student? Did you find any difficulty? Sir, some questions are not there in the question paper. Okay, student. Okay. Maybe some difficulty is there. I understand that, but as well as if you consider the paper, so obviously the paper is relatively easy, and I don't think that you require any explanation unless there is any confusion. Here we go. Next question. Question number 2. Yes, students. Very simple, man. Very simple. How you answer this question? Very simple. How many 5s are there? How many 5s are there in the above arrangement? Each of which is immediately followed by a digit which has a numerical value of less than 5. In the above arrangement, each of which is immediately followed by a digit which has a numerical value less than 5 means 5-1 is okay, 5-2 is okay, 5-3 is okay, 5-4 is also okay. Numerical value less than 5. So, you have to check these cases 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4. So, probably this is 5-2 and this is 5-1. Therefore, you find only 2 such cases. Numerical value less than 5. Therefore, only those, nothing more than that. Next one. Yes, student, perfect square. You understand what is the meaning of a perfect square? You understand, students, what is the meaning of a perfect square? 1, 4, 9, 16, these are all perfect squares, isn't it? How many 1s are there in the above arrangement which is immediately preceded by a perfect square? Preceding in the sense previous. So, it should be preceded by any of the perfect square. Therefore, it can have either 1, 4 or 9. It may be 1, 1, it may be 4, 1 or it may be 9, 1. Tell me, 1, 1, 4, 1, 9, 1. Yeah. I think you have only one case, that is 4, 1. Before 1 there must be a perfect square. It can be either 1, 4 or 9, you see. Yes, student, no confusion, nothing. Very simple, there is nothing I can explain. Oh, very simple, very easy. How many odd numbers are there in the given series which are immediately followed by a perfect square digit? Yeah. Student, here we go. How many odd numbers are there? We have to find the odd numbers in the given series which are immediately followed by a perfect square number. What are perfect square numbers? Perfect square numbers are 1, 4, 9. You cannot have 16 here. 16 is not possible. Therefore, you have to check. Odd after odd, it can be, you check it out. Check it out, man. 5, 4. After odd, there is 4. Check it out. After odd, there is 1. 7, 1. I think you understand this. After odd number, it should follow either 1, 4 or 9, something like. You can check. Maybe in confusion you might have made any mistake, otherwise the paper is so easy, the questions are very convenient. Hope you understand this. How many such 2's are there in the above arrangement, each immediately preceded by a perfect square? You understand what is a perfect square. 1 is also perfect square. There is no need to get the perfection. Yeah, student, yeah. Question number 10. Oh my God, all the questions are so easy. If all the even digits are deleted from the above arrangement, which of the following will be 8th from the right array? Oh, students, I find till question number 10 there is no confusion at all. Let me check from your messages if you find any difficulty, man. Yeah, students, you are asking me to have the preview after completing the test. I think this is something only technical people has to clarify that. Anyway, today I definitely talk to them and I just put the message. You are asking the test preview after completing the test, right? I'll talk to them. Yes, student, explain which question, my dear students? 11th question, okay, 11th question you are asking me to explain. 7th one? 7th one, almost everybody said no confusion so far. But somebody mentioned question number 4 and question number 7. What is the confusion in that particular question, man? Is that question any confusing? Question number 7? Oh, okay. This one already we discussed, no? Odd man, after odd man there must be perfect square. After odd man there must be perfect square in the sense, do you understand that? After 1, 1, after 1, 4, after 1, 9. This is accepted. Then 3 1 is accepted, 3 4 is accepted, 3 9 is accepted, something like 5 1 5 4 5 9, 5 1 5 4 5 9, 7 1 7 4 7 9, anything you can take. Right, no confusion, student, you please verify once again. I find that no question so far is really taking your time. Yeah, student, what is there? Student, anybody asked me to explain question number 11? Anyone asked me to explain question number 11? No one. Question number 11, nobody. Some of you are telling me screen is not visible, but actually this is not our mistake, my dear students. So we set everything right. Maybe you need to check from your connection, I think, and that is from your side. Yeah, no mistake. Question number 12, nothing. Question number 13. You understand, my dear student? In question number 13, what you are asked to find? You are asked to find how many such ones are there, each of which is immediately preceded by odd digit. It should be preceded by an odd digit and immediately followed by an even digit. Before 1 it must be odd, after 1 it should be even. Okay? Make a note of that. Yeah. Students, if you look at that, if all the perfect square digits in the given number series are decreased by 1, what is the total number of prime digit in the new series? You see that? What is the prime digit in the new series? Just look at that, my dear student, there is nothing. If all the perfect square digits in the given number series are decreased by 1, perfect square, how many perfect squares do we have? 9 is a perfect square, 3 is a perfect square, 1 is a perfect square, 4, and again 4 is a perfect square, here 4 is a perfect square, 9, 4, 9 and 4. So what you are asked to do? They should be decreased by 1. Decreased by 1 in the sense 9 becomes 8, 4 becomes 3, 1 becomes 0, 4 becomes 3, something like that. You can understand. Though you count how many prime digits are there in the series. Okay? Very simple. I think second time you can do it much better. Yes, student, just look at question number 17. In question number 17, what you are asked to find, how many odd numbers are there which are immediately followed and preceded by even number. Before must be even, after odd number it should be even. 2 even numbers and middle odd number, something like, okay. I am just skipping this, my dear students, I am not wasting your time. Question number 20, I am not wasting your time. 21, just leave it. 22, student, just look at that, In question number 22, just look at that, here is the question. Maybe you find a little confusing, but we can make it. See this, if CF is coded as IL, check it out. How we do it? CF is coded as IL. CF, did you see? IL. How many letters you skip between one letter? Then IL. Okay, you understand the relation between CF and IL? Then again, next one. Next, here we go. EI is coded as EMR. EI is coded as EMR. Check it out. EI. How many letters gap? 2 letters. MR. How many letters? 2 letters. In between, how many letters you skip? 2 letters. You understand that? EI, leave 2 letters. MR, you understand that? Check once again. HM is coded as SY. Check. HM, how many letters you skip? 3 letters. Then SY, how many letters you skip? 3 letters. In between, how many letters? 3 letters. You have to skip 3 letters, gap of 3 letters. Now, what is the question? Then AI will be coded as how much? This is your question, you know, we can find it. AI, how many letters you skip? 4 letters. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 4 letters. Then PW. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Gap 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, answer PW. What, man? So, up to question number 22. Any confusions, any comments from your side? Please make the comment concise, my dear students. Don't give lengthy explanations. Explain question number 11. Student, we already discussed question number 11, you know. Question number 11 we discussed, no? Again you are asking? 29, okay, 29. Yeah, we discuss. Question number 11 we discuss. Okay. Anyway, I will get back. What is there? No problem. Yeah, please go ahead. 23. Student, question number 23. Here we go. In question number 23, the given word is SOMNAMBA. So, out of these only one can be formed by using the letters of the given word. We have to get use of this. So, we have to find which letter. Students, if we want to form NAMES, do we have all the letters over here? No, we do not have E. E is not available. Therefore, A is not possible to form. Basal, BASAL. Any problem? BASAL. B is there, A is there, yes, A. But the problem is only one A is there, but to form Basal we require 2 A's. Therefore, Basal is not possible. I think you understand this. Come, BIOME, BIOME. Tell me what is not available? In this particular word, E is not there. Therefore, this is also not possible. So, your answer must be Soul, SOUL. See, S is available, O is there, U and L all are there. Therefore, your answer is Soul. If you want me to explain again, why Basal is not possible, to form Basal we require 2 A's. But the problem is, in this entire pattern we have only one A. Therefore, Basal is not possible. Hence, Soul is your answer. This is similar one. Yeah, similar one, my dear students. You can check it once again. Yeah. Question number 26. Here we go. In question number 26, just look at that. If Atul finds that he is 12th from the right in a line of boys and 4th from the left, how many boys should be added to the line such that there are 28 boys in the line? What is his rank? He is 12th from the right plus 4th from the left, which means how many boys are there? We have 15 boys. I need not explain you this again because we know how to answer this. But you want to see that there are 28 boys. If there are 28 boys, he must add another 13 boys. What, man? Are we going in the right direction? Are you able to get what is the point? I hope so. Yes, student, I got the point. You are expecting me to explain question number 29 now? Okay, fine, I will be doing that. Yeah, question number 29 you are asking me. Yeah, we will discuss. Next one. 27, very simple. 28. Yeah, student, you can easily understand that 28, basing on simple alphabets, nothing. You are asking me 29th question. Yeah, just look at that. Arrange the following words according to the dictionary. Okay, okay. You are expecting me to arrange as per the dictionary, no? Just look at that. You know how to arrange by way of dictionary? You can easily understand arranging as per the dictionary. Nature, N-A-T-U-R-E. Second one, native, N-A-T-I-V-E. Then we get narrate, N-A-R-R-A-T-E, narrate. Then we have nascent, N-A-S-C-E-N-T, and then naughty, N-A-U-G-H-T-Y. You are expecting me to arrange in alphabetical order. Dictionary order, alphabetical order, both mean the same. See? NA, 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 NA. So obviously, NA can be removed from the sequence because we can't arrange basing on NA because NA is common in all the 5 letters. You please remove NA. After removing NA, tell me what is the order? T, T, R, S, U. R comes first. R is 18th letter. Therefore, this comes in the first place. Narrate. After R, R is the 18, then T, T. T, U, T, I. Both are T, both start from T only. So, we have to take the next letter. T, I, T, U. So, first T, I and then T, U. You get it? I hope you understand. Sorry student. I did not say this. Right. After R, you get yes, nascent. Therefore, this is going to be second place. And then after S, T, I, T, U. S is 19, T is 20. So, T, I, third place, T, U, fourth place, and then naughty, fifth place. Tell me, so what is the order? Order is narrate, and then nascent, and then native, and then, come on student, narrate is third letter, nascent is the fourth letter, second letter, first letter, and fifth letter. This must be the order. This is called dictionary meaning. This we will be discussing in test on this particular topic comes under the heading test on alphabet. Actually, this topic is not actually we have completed. Probably we will be discussing this topic after 1 week. Right now, just have an idea and you will be getting more clarity after discussing this topic. Okay? Yes, students. So, once again, alphabetical order you can understand now. Student, anyway, because 29th you said there is a confusion, better we get clarity in question number 30 also, because you seem to be having more complication in this one. That comes first. Intense, just look at the words. Intense, here we go. Intense, I-N-T-E-N-E-S-E, intense. Intellect, I-N-T-E-L-L-E-C-T, intellect. intend, I-N-T-E-N-D, intend. Then we have intelligent, I-N-T-E-L-L-I-G-E-N-T, intelligent. Then we have integument, I-N-T-E-G-U-M-E-N-T, integument. We have to arrange them in alphabetical order, dictionary order. Student, tell me how many words are very much common? I-N-T-E, remove I-N-T-E. Remove I-N-T-E from all the letters, all the words. Now what we left? G, L, N, L, L. Which comes first? This one. Therefore, this is going to be the first letter. So, while arranging in alphabetical order, we have to remove the words, the letters which are very common. After that only we can get it. Okay, students? I think I am going in the right direction. So, there is no confusion so far. Right, student? Now we continue. 31. Yeah, this one is very simple, just basing on the rearrangement. I don't think there is anything I can explain you. Yeah, very simple. Question number 34. Yes, student, just look at that. In question number 34, if you just look at that, Anand ranked 15th from the top and 35th from the bottom. 15th from the top, 35th from the bottom. I may conclude that there are 49 students who passed the examination, and then 49 people cleared the examination. Apart from that, 6 boys did not take the exam and 6 boys have failed, and hence we have a total of 61. What, man? I think you are clear, okay? Very simple. Oh, student, I think, yeah, just look at that. Bhargav and Harish are ranked 13th and 14th respectively in a class of 23. Student, do you know the process? To convert them from the backward, what we do? 24 minus 13 is 11, 24 minus 14 is 10. You know the process? Total 23. Total 23. We should improve that number by 1. 24. 24 minus 13, 24 minus 14. We know that point, no? Get any clarity? Want me to explain? Let me check. Students, are you asking me any questions in this regard? I think no. Right. So far there is no such confusion. Yeah, students, very simple. I should not waste your time. 21st from both the ends. Salman Khan is 21st from both the ends. Therefore, 21 plus 21, 42, minus 1, 41. I think you understand this. Okay. Yes, student, just look at question number 38. Here we go, question number 38. Ready? Raghu is 11th from the left. Raghu is 11th from the left. Raghu, R-A-J, I just put. Rajiv, R-A-J, G and J. Raju is 31st from the right hand. 31st from the right hand. How far away Lalit, who is third to the right of Raghu and in the row, be from Rajiv? 40 boys are standing in a row. Oh, this is very interesting. We have 40 boys. If there are 40 boys, obviously 11 and 32, if you start taking like this, now the count is 42, which is not acceptable. I think you understand this. Because we have a total of 40 boys only. Okay, when this kind of question arises, we have to do something like this. Come on student. Raju is 31st from the right end. Here we go. That is right end. You take Rajiv, 31st from right end. How many students we have? 40. Therefore, another 9 students will be over here. Okay. And Raghu is 11th from the left end. Raghu is 11th from the left end. 11th from the left end in the sense, see, this is the left end, you know, Raghu. 9 plus 1, 10. Therefore, this is Raghu. See, 11th from the left end. 11th from the left end. How? 9 plus Raju 10. After 10, Raghu. Then what is the question? How far away will be Lavit, who is third to the right of Raghu? If he is third, students, if Lalit is third, then he will be fourth from Rajiv. Because Raghu and Rajiv are adjacent to each other. If Lalit is third, he will be fourth from Rajiv, just one place, nothing more than that. You understand this? Okay students, so I think time is already up. So it is already 11:30. Now we take a break now. Student, I believe that we are doing almost as per your expectation, but maybe I could not able to read all your messages. I am sorry for that. Therefore, I just only respond when I ask you to do so. Then I can see your message and I can act accordingly. Thank you student. So tomorrow we will be completing calendar. Okay.